Good evening and welcome to Sunset News on this Monday evening. As always, we bring you news, community stories, economics, weather, and sports. I'm Aina Kweyom. In the news tonight, Vene Shilungu, the MD of Dimshi Investment Holdings, shares more on the master service agreement they have signed with Eco Namibia and IT Guru Solutions Namibia, which will give low-income communities access to fiber connectivity. The network line in Falfish Bay is already live. Leandre Moore reports.
So the master service level agreement that we just signed with Eco and IT Guru allows them to lease our fiber network infrastructure and provide fiber network services, internet services to the end users. We Dimshi Investment Holding, an open access fiber network company. We roll out an open access fiber network and allow operators to lease our infrastructure in order to provide internet connectivities to residents. We focus on mostly unserved areas, the middle to low income areas where there is no fiber network. So in Swakopmund, we've rolled out in Matutura, Tamareskia, and Mondesa. The network in Swakopmund is about 6,500 house passes. That's excluding schools, clinics, and other institutional buildings. In Walvis Bay, we've rolled out in the entire Kwisebmund. The network has got about 2,500 house passes, excluding the multi-dwelling units. We are covering 3 huge apartment blocks, which makes up about 600 units.
To combat cyber crimes, SALT Essential IT, in collaboration with the Information Ministry, today held a cybersecurity awareness training in Windhoek for various media houses, providing more insight on how to use the internet without becoming a victim of cyber attacks and cyber crimes. SALT Empowerment Specialist Vanessa Maresh highlights the key points. Marriott Ngula reports.
I'm Vanessa Maresh. I'm an empowerment specialist at SALT, and we were very excited about our cybersecurity awareness training that we got today to do at NAMPA. We really covered the basics of cybersecurity in terms of password protection, multi-factor authentication, and much more to enable our media to also become cyber resilient. We hope that there were some key takeaways that will ensure that everyone can be safe on the internet, and we're excited to invite everyone to our Friday free cybersecurity awareness training sessions from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. See you there.
Deputy Minister of Health and Social Services Esther Munangwe shared some statistics related to tobacco use in the country at the official opening of the week-long workshop that will tackle amendments to the Tobacco Products Control Act of 2010 in Swakopmund. This workshop will conclude on Friday.
Among the youth between 13 and 15 years, the use of tobacco products is 31.9% for the boys and 29.9% girls. Second-hand smoke exposure in Namibia among youth is at 49.4%, where exposure is in public places, and 38.1% are exposed at home. Overall, every year, there are over 1,000 smoking-related deaths, even though fewer men and women die on average in Namibia. While in other low and middle-income countries, about 13 men and 6 women die from smoking-related causes on a weekly basis. However, over time, we have seen an increase in use of novel tobacco and nicotine products. These novel tobacco products are not the known traditional cigarettes, yet they are marketed as less harmful than traditional cigarettes and tobacco smoking. So these are the issues that we need to look into, and that is the reason why we have gathered here for a week.
The spokesperson of the Namibia National Student Organization, Dorothea Ngolo, encourages young people to register to vote, outlining that voting is not only a fundamental human right, but also a civic responsibility to the population at large. Hinare Chiatwa reports.
Good day, young people. My name is Dorothea Ngolo, the spokesperson of NANSO. Today I'm just really here to encourage you to go and vote and register to vote, primarily because as young people we cannot hold an administration accountable if we do not vote. Also understanding that voting is not just a right, but it's also a civic responsibility. So we need to make sure that as much as we are the biggest population in Namibia, we show up in numbers and we make the right decision by voting.
The Minister of Urban and Rural Development, Erastus Uthoni, officially handed over 119 houses in Swakopmund earlier today to recipients at the NHE Mass Housing List. Uthoni mentioned that this is the last batch completed by New Era Investment. Precious Ngitaunapo reports.
As you may recall, there was a total of 505 housing units that were standing uncompleted on this site for years due to a large dispute, or legal, not large, but legal dispute between the main contractor and its subcontractors. You would also recall that in October 2022, we were here on this site for the groundbreaking marking the resumption of work for 319 commenced but uncompleted houses. Since then, and due to hard work and teamwork on the part of the appointed contractor, New Era Investment and the government team led by the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, we have been handing over completed houses in batches. The last handing over of 89 houses was done by our departed President, Dr. Hage Geingob, on the 14th of December 2023. So the 119 houses whose handing over we are witnessing today is the last bunch of the 319 houses that were handed over to New Era Investment for completion.
Solomon April, the governor of Hardap region, has urged the Namibian government to not keep citizens in the dark. Now this story after the break, as we return with our story of the day.
MyZone presents MyZone Schools Esports Competition.
Still possibilities. Round 1, 3, 2, 1. We have 50 minutes to go. Caution. Yeah, no surprise there. That was always going to be a booking. From deep three-point range, Green with the...
Join us on the 27th of July at the MTC Innovation Hub for an action-packed day of esports excitement.
Solomon April, the governor of the Hardap region, has urged the Namibian government not to keep citizens in the dark over decisions and discussions about the plans to have in situ uranium mining in their regions. Jemima Biekes reports.
That is older than the creation itself. And we cannot take chances when it comes to water. If you pollinate water, there is no way that you can undo that. Unless probably some mitigation efforts here and there. But that would also depend on the gravity to which extent, therefore, the water was pollinated. So we should really be patient during this process and just continue to remain positive until we come to the evidence, scientific evidence that we believe UNESCO will deliver for us with speed. Before I conclude and say welcome to everybody, I want to say this as a regional governor. It's a struggle in our regions. It's a struggle. COVID has done as a serious problem, and now again the drought is around. It's a struggle to get our people to survive. A drought is dire in our regions, in particular in Hardap region. And people are frustrated out there. They want us to expedite processes like this ones to come to an end. And if it's taking time, where we go wrong as government is when we don't keep people informed. My appeal to UNESCO and the ministry and other stakeholders like myself is let's keep the people informed as we proceed so that people should know that this is happening. However, we have not yet reached a point. That kind of understanding and approach would help our people in the regions to be a little bit patient because we are hungry, we are struggling to get the ends meet. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, honorable ministers, honorable
After the break, we return with our community talk. Stay with us.
Voting now open. The Best of 061 Express Followers' Choice Awards. By voting, you stand a chance to win your share of 50,000 Namibian dollars in cash. From the 4th to the 23rd of June 2024. Do you know the best of the best in Windhoek? It's time to recognize them. Living in Windhoek, DIY home improvement. Glam it up, eating out, food, drinks, and be merry. Services, automotive, shopping, babies and kids, and travel and leisure. To vote, save the number 085 785 6231 and WhatsApp hashtag 061 Express or scan the QR code.
In our community talk tonight, to ensure the benefits arising from the utilization of biological resources and associated traditional knowledge flow back to their respective communities, the Environment Ministry launched guidelines for the access and benefits sharing and online permitting systems at the Country Club Resort and Casino in Windhoek. Speaking at the occasion, the governor of Karas region, Laura McLeod Kachura, elaborates on its significance, indicating that it is not just a procedural milestone, but a testament to the government's dedication to transparency, equity, and sustainable development. Mariad Ngula reports.
The launch of the Access and Benefit Sharing ABCs guideline and online registration system is a significant milestone for the ministry, and it underscores the collective commitment we share towards advancing the sustainable use of national rich biodiversity. Namibia was an early adopter of the Nagoya Protocol on ABC and ABS. And today marks a pivotal moment in our ongoing efforts. The introduction of these ABS guidelines and the online registration system is not just a procedural milestone, but a testament of our dedication to transparency, equity, and sustainable development. I would like to extend a special welcome to the ambassador and governors who have joined us today here. Your continuous support and collaboration are vital as we strive to align our national strategies with global environment goals. To the Executive Director of various ministries, your leadership and guidance are instrumental in the integration ABS principle across all sectors. A hearty welcome also goes to our technical officials whose expertise and hard work have been the backbone of this very beautiful initiative. To the traditional authority leaders, your wisdom and stewardship of our cultural heritage play a crucial role in the sustainable management of our biodiversity.
According to Economic News, CISAD hosts a speed mentoring event to empower female CFA students after the break.
Connection. It's in the human touch, the feeling of belonging. It inspires us and empowers us, creates clarity from complexity. It starts new conversations, unlocks the power of advice, and makes an impact on your life. At Alex Forbes, we pioneer insight to provide you with advice that connects your decisions of today to your impact tomorrow.
CISAD Investment Group hosted its inaugural Mentor and Mentee Matching Speed Mentoring event in Windhoek. The initiative follows the successful launch of the CISAD Mentorship Program in October 2024, aimed at empowering female chartered financial analyst registered students. The event saw the participation of 15 mentees, selected over 50 applications, paired with 15 qualified Namibian finance professionals from various sectors to best align the mentees and mentors through a series of speed mentoring and discussions, ensuring a well-suited and productive mentorship relationship. Nerina Visa, a current mentor for CFA Society South Africa and former chairperson, says one of the most rewarding roles she has ever played is being a mentor. As of 2024, Namibia has only 34 CFA holders, and the mentorship program aims to increase this number, offering valuable opportunities for Namibia's youth to secure their place in the financial industry. And now let's have a look at our economic indicators. The Namibian dollar trades for 23 Namibian dollars 10 cents to 1 British pound, 19 Namibian dollars 56 cents to 1 euro, 18 Namibian dollars 27 gets you 1 US dollar, 2 Namibian dollars 52 cents get you 1 Chinese yuan. Two commodities have dropped, that is copper with 1.85%, gold with 0.38%. And platinum and Brent crude oil have increased in price with 0.59% for platinum and Brent crude oil 0.94%. After the break, we return with international news and we will be discussing Vladimir Putin. Russian President Vladimir Putin will visit North Korea this week for the first time in 24 years. The two countries said a rare trip that underscores Moscow's bargaining partnership with the nuclear-armed state. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un extended an invitation to Putin during a visit to Russia Far East last September. Putin last visited Yongan in July 2000 at the invitation of the chairman of the State of Affairs of the DPRK, Kim Jong-un. Vladimir Putin will pay a friendly state visit to the Democratic People's Republic of Korea on the 18th to the 19th June, the Kremlin said. North Korea's state news agency KCNA also announced the visit but offered no further details. Putin will then visit Vietnam on the 19th to the 20th of June, the Kremlin said. Both visits had been expected, although the dates had not previously been announced. Russia has gone out of its way to publicize the renaissance of its relationship with North Korea since the start of the war in Ukraine, causing alarm among the United States and its allies in Europe and Asia. Washington says North Korea has supplied weapons to Russia to help it fight in Ukraine, though North Korea has reportedly denied these allegations. And now let's have a look at the weather predictions for tomorrow. Katima Mulilo can expect a minimum of 10 degrees, Rundu 10 degrees, while Khobabes and Ventu can expect a minimum of 7 degrees. That also includes Ochuarongo. Tomeba can expect a minimum of 12 degrees. Hentis Bay can expect a minimum of 20 degrees, Falfish Bay 20 degrees, and Adams Flay 20 degrees, while Cape Manshop can expect a maximum of 21 degrees, while Oranjemund is at 19 degrees. After the break, we take a look at the sports package courtesy of Sports Rep.
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, starting off with T20 Men's World Cup cricket, and it continues in the West Indies. It is time for the Super 8 stage of the tournament to start, and South Africa will play on Wednesday their first game in the Super 8. That will be against the USA, and that will be 4:30, that game that will be played in Antigua. And then on Thursday, 2 games will be played. It will be the host, the West Indies, that will play against England, a big game for them, and that will be played in St. Lucia. And then also on Thursday, it will be India that play Afghanistan. So it is all ready for the Super 8 stage to happen. It is in the one group. It will be South Africa and the USA that will play with the West Indies and England, and the other group will be India, Australia, Afghanistan and Bangladesh. Those are the teams that qualified for the Super 8. Continuing international sports news with golf news, it is the US Open for men that's done. It is Bryson DeChambeau of the USA that won the tournament, and besides winning the tournament, lots of exemptions for him. That makes it important for him. He plays in the Live Golf Initiative, the Breakaway Golf League, and at the moment he's not allowed to play on the PGA. So for the next 5 years, because he won the US Open, he will be able to play in all the majors. That will include the US Open. He actually can play the US Open for 10 years, but for the next 5 years he can also play in the Masters without having to qualify, also the British Open and also the United States PGA tournament. So lots of exemptions for him. The next big tournament on the men's calendar, the next major, will be the British Open. That will be played at Royal Troon. That is coming up very soon as well. That's going to be played from the 18th of July till the 21st of July. The defending champion there is Brian Harman of United States. He won the tournament in 2023 at the Royal Liverpool Golf Course. To conclude today's international sports news, it is cycling news. It's a Tour de Suisse that concluded over the weekend, and it is Britain's Adam Yates that hang on to the lead after he was leading after stage 7. Stage 8 was a time trial, but he managed to win the Tour stage. What happened on stage 8 was Joao Almeida of Portugal, his teammate, won the time trial. That was over 15.7 kilometers. He won it in 22 minutes and 23 seconds. But it was Joao Almeida that was 31 seconds behind Yates before the start of stage 8. And it was Yates that finished just 9 seconds behind Almeida. That means that it is Britain's Adam Yates that won the 2024 Tour de Suisse. Focus will now move to the Tour de France that will start on the 29th of June. That's a big one on the cycling calendar. And both Almeida and Adam Yates, they will be teammates of Slovenian Tadej Pogačar in the same team. And that is for the Tour de France 2024. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.
And with that, we've come to the end of tonight's broadcast. Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook, on all NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, which is called oneup2.com. Sunset News screens on DSTV 285 and GoTV 25 every weekday from 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. This has been Sunset News. Please don't end your day without us. Good night.